Last Saturday in November 2020. And today what we're going to do is, first of all, we are at the Upper Harris Springs parking area on Kyle Canyon Road. And here's the 360 degree view. There you can see the south ridge of Kyle Canyon. And let's see, let's take a better look at it. There's the south ridge of Kyle Canyon. You can see snow already on it, but there has been very little snow. If I had been climbing this time of year, I'd still be making rounds on the Charleston Circuit. And then looking toward Harris Mountain, I believe Harris Mountain is the one on the left, the far one on the left. And here we are at the Harris Springs, Upper Harris Springs parking area. There's a beautiful slot canyon in this area. If you look at the Harris Canyon page on LasVegasAreaTrails.com, you can see that slot canyon. And circling around, yeah, the sun is just rising. Looking back down back down Kyle Canyon Road, and what we're going to do is head down Kyle Canyon Road to a turnoff that I've always wondered about as I passed. It says Red Rock Canyon area, and it goes to a road called Lucky Strike Road. That back road takes you to Grapevine Canyon, Goldwater Canyon, Grassy Spring, and then up to Angel Peak. And Angel Peak, I believe, is where the Charleston Observatory is. We've used that as a landmark. In fact, it's straight up in that direction over the ridge there. We've used that as a landmark in the past, so we may actually get close to the Charleston Observatory today. And passes Spring Mountain Youth Camp, and then we'll connect with either Deer Creek Road and head back down Harris. I keep wanting to call it Harris Road. Back down Kyle Canyon Road to this place on Upper Harris Springs Road. Or maybe we'll take a road called Wooden Pole Power Line Road. So we don't know exactly what we're going to do when we get back in this area, which is beyond the ridge here. There's a whole area we have never explored. Trails back there. It's only accessible by four-wheel drive or by our little Silver Bullet. And so here we go. Let's see what happens and what we can find back behind this huge ridge here, opening up a whole new world of possibilities. One quick note, the back roads in this area are totally unmarked, I imagine. I haven't seen back roads with signs in the past. And so that means that we're going to be guessing which roads to turn on, and hopefully we'll end up in a circuit and end up here and not lost in those back roads. We'll find out. Here we go. Well, I dropped about 1,000 feet on, well, maybe 500 feet on Kyle Canyon Road. And here we are at this curious road. Boy, what a broken up, rocky road this is. There was another road higher up, and I hope that wasn't Lucky Strike Road. I would think this is the main, well, the main road, if you could call it that. There are, as I said, no signs, so we're just hoping this is Lucky Strike Road. Of course, there's a sign over on this side that says, for more information on the area, call the Bureau of Land Management. So I'm not going to do that, but anyway, yeah, there you go. So here we are. We're going to head up this rocky road. Hopefully it gets better after we get up a little higher. So I've got an extra 1,000 feet, 500 to 1,000 feet to climb that I hadn't expected. But it's all in the adventure. So here we go. First section of road up this ridge. Here it is. I just passed through this, and there was actually something close to class 2 scrambling where I was ferrying my bike up boulders, and yeah, it looks like it's a 4-wheel drive road, but I'm not even sure I take my 4-wheel drive on this road. So then we get to the top of the ridge, and look at this view. There we see Gas Peak. Wow, things open up. So much opens up after such a little space. There's Gas Peak, and then over past Fossil Ridge to the Sheep Range. All this opening up here. And it's like a whole different world up here over this ridge. And I've roared past this on Kyle Canyon Road so many times. Didn't even know this place existed. Beautiful Joshua tree forest up here. And guess what's up here? There is the Charleston Observatory, which I think is Angel Peak. We'll find out. That's our goal. Wow, we've got a lot of travel to get to that point, and we don't even know if we're on Lucky Strike Road that's going to take us there. So we will find out. And then here's Mummy Mountain, Fletcher Peak, Charleston Peak, the South Ridge of Kyle Canyon, and Harris Mountain, I think the one on the left. So, wow, we did some real climbing on the first part of this road, and then continuing to circle around. Here is, coming into view, La Madre Mountain. And you can see faintly, because of the sun, you can see the Devil's Slide. And then continuing around, we're looking at the La Madre Mountains wilderness. And then back to Gas Peak. Let's see if we can get a better look at that stretch of road we ascended here from Kyle Canyon Road to get to this point. It was an incredible little stretch. Yeah, there you go. It's not that far, but it's like climbing a ridge. There's Kyle Canyon Road, and then here's that stretch of road, and my gosh, that was a climb. So if you've got a 4-wheel drive and you put it in the mountain gear, maybe you could get up this road. Looks like people have before. I saw tire tracks. But wow, it's more like a glorified climbing trail. Okay, so here we are, and we're going to continue up this road, see what we find. Please be Lucky Strike Road. By the way, right up here, it looks like there's a pretty decent mountain bike trail that must skirt the top of this ridge that parallels Kyle Canyon Road. We got to try that out at some point. Anyway, here we go. Up what we hope is Lucky Strike Road. Okay, here's a good stretch in, we're just a little bit further from where we were, but now we see the first valley in this area. Lots of Joshua trees. So very beautiful Joshua tree forest here. And then you can see the road continuing on up through this direction. It winds around over there. Yeah, once you get over and then through this canyon, that may be the Gold Strike Canyon. Right in that area. First canyon that we wind through. So we will see. Maybe we'll strike gold and get rich. Anyway, this road is not too bad. I've been on much worse surfaces. And so once you got over the initial ridge from Kyle Canyon Road to this road, we'll call it Lucky Strike Road. And we'll see if that's actually true. But anyway, once you get onto this road, it's pretty decent for a mountain bike. At least this section. No guarantees what we're going to face as we continue on. And here you can see the tip of Angel Peak and the Mount Charleston Observatory. And then, of course, Mummy Mountain, Fletcher Peak, Charleston Peak, south ridge of Kyle Canyon, and Harris Mountain behind that first mountain there. And then, of course, behind us is La Madre Mountain, but we've seen that. Let's just take a look, though. There you have the Sheep Range, Gas Peak, and then, yes, La Madre Mountain. So there you get an idea where we are. Okay. Continuing on this road. Not many people up here because not many vehicles can ascend that initial ridge from Kyle Canyon Road. So looks like we're gonna maybe see no one all day. Okay, here we go. Definitely a lot of up and down here, riding the canyons, and looks like we're closing in on our first canyon. I think Gold Strike Canyon, Gold Mine Canyon, not sure, but we'll find out when we get there. Okay, continuing on, and there you see over this way, Mummy Mountain. You can see the toe sticking out there, and Fletcher Peak to the right, to the left of Mummy Mountain. Okay, down we go. Okay, now we've got a choice. We can head down into this canyon, and Goldwater Canyon should be somewhere around here, so I would suspect that we continue on this road down through this canyon, which then would be Goldwater Canyon, and following that we would hit Grassy Spring and then circle around to Angel Peak, which is on the other side of that ridge there. And there, just for reference, you see the tip of Mummy Mountain, Mummy's Toe, and Fletcher Peak. Okay, so boy, I'm suspecting that that's what we do. We circle around this whole ridge system and then ascend up to Angel Peak area. On the other hand, we have over here a potential road, And we'll go up to the top of this and see where this might lead, because if this is the road we want, we definitely don't want to go down the other direction. Let's go up there and just check it out. Here we are at this high point, and yeah, I'm glad I checked it out, because it just ends at a viewpoint. Oh, look at that. You can see different trails and roads. I think that you've got the mountain bike trail system right there. Just kind of interesting. Could have ascended to this peak on that trail system. And then over here you have the Lucky Strike Road. And then off in the distance you can see Kyle Canyon Road and La Madre Mountain. Harris Mountain, Fletcher Peak, Mummy Mountain. So, wow, I'm glad I came up to this point, because no, it does not continue. So it was not a bona fide turn, which means that Lucky Strike Road continues down in that direction. Here's the silver bullet, just sitting there waiting for me to let it know which direction we go. So that's good. And then there are a series of what look like, trails or mountain bike trails in this area that break off from the road. So, and they tend to ascend to the high points for view. So this looks like a tremendous mountain biking area, with trails all over the place. So this is something we could return to and just mountain bike around all these different trails. So that means that we continue on Lucky Strike Road down here, and it looks like we're going through Goldwater Canyon. And then after Goldwater Canyon, we hit Grassy Spring. We circle around to Angel Peak, and I can see off in the distance, if you look very carefully, let's see. Yeah, you look very carefully, and you might be able to faintly see a road right in the little pass there. That's, I think, where we're eventually going to take a left turn and circle around the backside of these this ridge system, and then head up to Angel Peak, which is the Charleston Observatory. We shall see. Anyway, beautiful views out here, very peaceful. You're literally just in the middle of the wilderness. Then you ask the question, how did those four-wheel drive vehicles get up some of those hills that were like class 2 climbs? Well, look what I found. So hitch your vehicle to a carabiner and pull it up. Well, what do you say we call this Goldwater Canyon? And there's the silver bullet, and you can see the rugged southwestern landscape here, looking straight down into the Sheep Range and Fossil Ridge to the right. And here's the canyon that we are entering. Yeah, this could classify as Goldwater Canyon. Now, if I'm on the wrong road, all this is not going to be true, but yeah, the road's a bit broken up here. So there's a combination of walking and riding. So down around the corner, there's some kind of a, almost looks like a corral down below here. Maybe corral your pack animals. Get ready for a mule adventure. Who knows? So this road continues on through the canyon. The next thing after Goldwater Canyon should be Grassy Spring, and I'm imagining that we will turn left and we'll have a dramatic uphill on the other side of this ridge all the way up to Angel Peak, Mount Charleston Observatory area. So we'll find out. So onward. Okay, here's the corral, and maybe this is Grassy Spring. We don't know. Lots of flies and water you do not want to drink, but this is the driest part of the year, so you can see a little water dripping out of the pipe there. Comes from the mountains above. So what we're looking at is an area that's probably a jumping off point for people who have pack animals. Pretty cool. Lots of different ways to enjoy this area. And here is the Silver Bullet. And we continue through Goldwater Canyon. And hopefully, this is Goldwater Canyon if this is Lucky Strike Road. And hopefully we'll circle around to the left and then head straight up to, on the other side of this ridge, to Angel Peak. That should be an interesting climb. Okay, here we go. Just not everyone makes it through this canyon. Okay, we are continuing on. And there was there's a right turn here that goes up through a canyon in that direction, but I'm not sure if that's going to lead up to where we want to go. So I'm going to continue down this way, see where we end up. Here we go. Oh, and by the way, if we end up down on Highway 95, it's going to be a long trek around and back up. So hopefully this is going to circle back up to Angel Peak, and Angel Peak is not going to be in that direction. But as I said, no markers on the roads here, so we just don't know. I'm just going to guess this is the way. So here we go. I took a left because it just seemed like it was a thing to do. Just a little bit past the dead horse, and it was the first main left after that corral, and happened to pass a dune buggy. It was going in the opposite direction. It's not like I'm traveling faster than a dune buggy, but anyway, I asked if this was Lucky Strike Road, and sure enough it is. And we're heading up toward Angel Peak. So now we know where we are. And Up in the hills, you can see the tailings of a mine. So there's some mining action that occurred here at one time. Maybe the mules would be corralled in that corral with the water. Maybe that was grassy spring at that point. Anyway, up we go. And yes, you could have continued on down the canyon toward the sheep range, and I'll have to see where that road goes. I actually didn't research that before I came on this trip. I was just looking for this loop. And so yeah, no signs on the roads, but this is the way up to Angel Peak. Here we go. Got this right turn off the Lucky Strike Road just to make sure it wasn't the turn toward Angel Peak. And no, it's just a high point viewpoint camp area. And there you see the sheep range. So it's good perspective here. And Lucky Strike Road is down below us here. We're going to continue on Lucky Strike Road. And looks like it winds around, and I am going to guess that we want to be up in this area. So far my guesses have been correct. We want to be up in this area. You see a road up there, and then circle around and continue on up this ridge system. And Angel Peak is somewhere on the ridge system on the other side of the ridge. We'll only know when we get up there. So here's the little area at the top of the view point, and there you see the Madre Mountains down in that direction. So pretty peaceful. Love these Joshua trees. Quite a forest. Okay, let's continue on Lucky Strike Road and see if we can hit that left turn and end up toward Angel Peak. Here we go. Well, there you have the Lucky Strike Road that I just came up, and there's La Madre Mountain. You can see the Devil's Slide faintly due to the angle of the sun at this time. And then look along the Keystone Thrust in the background. So here we are, middle of nowhere. That dune buggy came by again. Offered me a ride this time, but they say it's only 2 miles up to Angel Peak. So I'm continuing along this road. I've wiped out a couple times, bent up the handlebars, or at least got them out of alignment, but realigned them, and we're continuing on. I've got the tools to tighten them up once I reach Angel Peak and head for some serious downhill. But we've got some downhill here and then up around, and it looks to me like the road continues on up in that direction and circles around this next ridge, and Angel Peak should be on the other side of this ridge system. So we're continuing on, and downhill, uphill, downhill, uphill. But we're going to make it. Okay, onward. Say that I turned left off of Lucky Strike Road too soon. should have stayed on Lucky Strike Road. I don't know what this is, but hopefully it'll circle around this ridge ahead and lead somewhere, because if not, it's a long ways back down. You can see the very tip of Gas Peak in the distance there. I'll get a better shot when we round the corner up ahead here. But for now, beautiful area. You see juniper trees all around us. But wow, this surface pushing the bike up is quite a job. Okay, onward. Okay, safe to say I took a wrong turn. This is the end of that road. Wow, what a push. Well, at least it'll be easier getting back down. But yeah, then I'll get down to Lucky Strike and continue on to Angel Peak. Wow. Well, this cost me about an hour, at least. There's the silver bullet. And then you can see what a beautiful view. There's Centennial Hills. We're at about 5,600 feet. Centennial Hills down in this area. And Gas Peak right on the other side of that Joshua Tree. And then the Sheep Range over this direction. So, yes, incredible views, but we're in the wrong spot. So, do some course correction. Here we go, back down this. You can bet I'm not going to be riding. Head up Lucky Strike Road here. Do not take this left. It's a dead end, about a mile, 2 miles up. So, yeah, I took it. And boy, what an ordeal. Anyway, continuing on up Lucky Strike Road now. We're about, oh gosh, probably 45 minutes lost on that little experience. So let's continue on up. Only one out here. Wild burros up ahead. There they are. Pretty cool. Definitely we're left by the miners who traveled this area. Hopefully they're nice burros. See the goal. Charleston Observatory, Angel Peak. All right. That's another 3,000 feet up, so it's not going to be an easy one, but we're going to need to beat the sun, so we're not going back in the dark. But we continue on up Lucky Strike Road, which I'm going to imagine is going to curve around to the left and reach that observatory. And then it's a downhill ride. Hopefully I'll do it in the light. And circling around here, there's the sheep range. And let's see, you can't see anything the other direction really. Down in this direction, whoops, I lost my bike. Down in this direction is La Madre Mountain. You see the road I came up just a moment ago. And off in this direction, as I mentioned, is the sheep range. So we've got familiar mountains all around us. And now we have our end point in sight. Probably a half-hour downhill on roads from that observatory up there to where the beast is parked and the end of our journey. Okay, so let's continue on up this road, Lucky Strike Road. Left on the power maintenance line here, maintenance road, and looks like that heads down into the valley in this direction. And this road continues on past and goes around another ridge system. You can see it up in the distance there. I'm pretty much racing against the sun. Racing against the setting sun. So we're going to take this power line maintenance road, and hopefully this is going to lead up to the observatory. We will see. If we're wrong, then it's a long trip around. We'll be in the dark. Okay, here we go. The observatory, I'm imagining about an hour and a half. I should be either there or very close. It is now 2:30, so by 4 o'clock, and then it's going to start getting dark. So I need to get up to that observatory, over to Deer Creek Road, and then have still a half hour to travel back. And then there you see the maintenance road that I'm on right now. Probably Lucky Strike, but anyway, at the end of it is the sheep range and Gas Peak. Okay, beautiful evening up here. Let's see if we can get up to that observatory before we lose the light. Close in on the observatory. There it is. It's 3 o'clock. I think I'll make it up there by 4. I'm hoping. Looks like a couple miles, and I'm going walking the bike about 2 miles an hour. There's the road I just came up. Pretty steady incline. I'm at about 6,500 feet. Another 1,000 feet should get me up on the observatory. And then it's downhill all the way. So hopefully 4 o'clock get me up there, and 4:30 will get me back to the beast. Here we go. Oh, by the way, yeah, pine trees, juniper trees. The land has really changed. Very beautiful in the waning sun. And we want that sun to stay on top of those hills for another hour. Let's see if we can get that. Okay, onward. I can't believe I just got my bike up this incline. It may not be so evident on the video, but wow. It was like class 2 climbing part of the way. And that bike is heavy. There's still more incline to go, but I believe the worst is over. Wow. Okay. So there you have the Sheep Range in the setting sun. It looks like I'll be finishing in the dark. There's Gas Peak. So, and I can see if you look very closely, you can see Mormon Well Road down in the Sheep Range, and you can see the Yucca Pass. Okay, enough of that. We got to get up this hill as soon as we can. So here we go.